brother from another mother who I don't even know, who was 14 when he was gunned down for his Georgetown jacket back in 1985 while we were both in middle school. His callous to the Dawson family, whose house was firebombed callously. 5 family members died. His callous when the baby girl caught in gunfire dying before she even started living in Cherry Hill. His callous in this reality. You might ask, how does this tie in with your mom, Miss Maggie Ruth Richardson, and her son? Stay tuned. My mom had pride, the good kind of pride. That pride DNA is the same DNA that's gratefully running through me right now. I was like 11, 12 years old, and I got a job giving out grocery store flyers when the grocery store was in Cherry Hill. And we went through Cherry Hill, Lakeland, Mount Winans, Brooklyn, Curtis Bay, all of South Baltimore, put flyers in people's homes. And at the end of a long day, Officer Mack, who was over us kids, as we called them, paid everyone in cash, with my first paid job being a total of $3 and 25 cents. And any English majors in here, please forgive me, but you couldn't tell me nothing. I felt like a king. I got home and I go to Mom and said, Mom, look. And I showed her the money I made. And she gave me a big sweet potato pie hug and a kiss on the forehead. I got that from Mom. She worked as a cabinet maker for Conrad Prosper for the longest time and was proud of the fact that she was not on welfare. And in a lot of instances, being on welfare would have been more profitable for us. But no, my mom said, I'm going to earn my way through this life. I remember one time the hot water wasn't working in the projects that Mom and I grew up in. So Mom boiled water on the stove for us to bathe. And as she was going upstairs with a pot of hot water, she slipped. And scalding hot water got on her arms, hands, and some got on her face. She was in pain, and I watched her helplessly as Mom soaked the towel in cold water and holding it onto her face constantly. She kept soaking the towel in cold water and patting her face for what seemed like an eternity. She didn't cry, even though she was in tremendous pain. But one thing I remember, she went out the door, got on the bus, and made it to work that day. She did what she had to do. My mom was adventurous. One day my mom decided that we were going to ride our bikes one Saturday from Cherry Hill to Aunt Lucille's house, way up in North Baltimore, near Rogers Avenue. Those of you from Baltimore in the audience are visualizing in your mind and going, seriously? Me being 10 to 12 years old and like an adventure too was all for it. We started early Saturday morning, around 7 a.m. and we biked past the old Montgomery Ward building. We took frequent breaks. We made our way to Fulton Avenue, pedaling uphill. We went across North Avenue, kept going, and we reached Montgomery Mall. We took a break, and we kept on pedaling. This was so cool, I thought. We made our way up to Liberty Heights Avenue, and sometime before then, we hit Elderon Avenue. We've arrived. Aunt Lucille was there, and looking back on it, she probably thought that we both lost our everlasting minds. We stayed for a while, said our goodbyes, and left for Cherry Hill. The best part of it was all uphill coming up, it was all downhill, going down. We coasted past Montgomery Mall. We coasted down Monroe Street past Douglas High School, through North Avenue, through West Baltimore, right past that old Montgomery Ward, through Westport, and safely back on Cherry Hill. I was so proud of both of us. The older I got, the more I realized there's no fun being poor, broke, and living in the projects. The time I blatantly disobeyed my mom was for a good reason. I'm sorry, Mom. I had senior dues, and there was no way I was going to ask her for money. I took a job my senior year at Kentucky Fried Chicken, cooking chicken in the back, making biscuits, my whole senior year. I got that from you, Mom. I had to do what I had to do. And there were times I could have easily got robbed from the places where I'd gone from home to that Kentucky Fried Chicken, because I got off work at 11 o'clock in the evening, and if I wasn't able to get a ride home, and if the moon wasn't shining, that place between Tapsco and Cherry Hill was dark, and it was wooded. And all I had was God on my side. And anything that happened in between then and when I got home, I said, God, that's your will, but I gotta work. I gotta make this happen. I gotta do what I have to do. This leads to the other part of Baltimore again. I never told my mom I was robbed at gunpoint between two dumpsters. And while I was getting robbed, I was laughing the whole time. Boy, I had to be the most broke looking brother in Cherry Hill. I maybe had a nickel at most in my pocket. And the guys robbed me probably only had a penny. And you put it together, gonna rob me for what? You have 6 cents? I survived it, Mom. And I said to myself later on, this city, Baltimore, doesn't care if I live or die. As soon as I get my high school diploma, I'm going to get up out of Cherry Hill, Baltimore, and the whole East Coast. And I did, leaving everyone and everybody and Mom behind. After Mom died this past Monday, I was walking around Cherry Hill reminiscing. I had on Dot's hat, skull cap, and a coat that was bought by Pam's husband. And I blended right in like I never left. Nobody bothered me. I didn't bother them. There was still a love-hate relationship that still goes on to this day that I have with the city called Baltimore. I bumped into an old person that I actually fought on a bus stop about 4 miles from here on North Avenue. He's swinging at me, and I'm swinging right back. I said, Brian Richardson? I'm like, oh, who's this? It's like, man, it's Wayne Johnson. He has gray hairs like me. He has a son like me. And we hugged, pounded out, and it's wood under the bridge. He tells me what's going on in Cherry Hill and how the city survived, and everything that's going on with the election that's coming up, and things, this and that, what happened. And he asked me, could I friend him on Facebook? And the funny thing was, I didn't mind. The problem was, I also knew that Wayne knew a bunch of other people that I was trying to get away from when I left back in 1987. So I knew it was going to happen. I said yes. A day later, he wrote this beautiful post on his Facebook page with me and my wife's picture on it. And there were 13 likes. And those of you know with Facebook, you can like things. And one of those likes was from one of those people I was trying to avoid, who I wouldn't know how to act if I was to meet him right now, or even if he was in the service right now. He was the elementary school bully at Rundle Elementary School. I know he's old like me. Come to find out, he's the principal now at Woodlawn Senior High School. Brian, let it go. It's well on the bridge. I was telling my cousin Curtis this over breakfast this week. God bless his heart. He really wanted to be here. And he told me how he took his kids back to Brooklyn to show where he grew up. And he said his children begged them to keep the doors locked and keep on moving. We laughed, and he said something to me that I already knew. Good or bad, right or wrong, this is who you are. This is what made you, you. Including the robberies, including the bad times, including the people you don't want to meet, that's already older now, right? This is who you are. You can't run from it. Say Mom's relationship and I's relationship was peaches and cream the whole way, it'd be wrong. We butted heads, and we weren't on good terms when I left for Tuskegee in Alabama. But thank God for His grace. Thank God for His grace. And thank God for reconciliation. And it's such a beautiful word. I love that word. And it means to restore or repair what once was broken. The last 20 years, I gotta thank God, our relationship has been beautiful. This past September, I was off work on a Friday, and there was a plane flight on United Airlines straight here to Baltimore. I said, you know what, let me hop on that plane and go check on Mom this past September and see how she's doing. Check on Dot, see how Pam and her children are doing. I'm so glad I made that trip. We ate at Golden Corral, drove around the old neighborhood again in Cherry Hill, and I was showing her that area that was once the projects, but it's all torn down now where we used to live. So there's no reference to where we used to live there anymore, just a spot, but still had memories. Every time we get off the phone with each other, I love you, son. I love you, Mom. For the last 20 years. And that was the last words we said to each other 2 weeks ago when she was in Johns Hopkins Hospital. And the last time I heard her speak. And when time was running down, and that clock was ticking, and you knew you saw your mom slipping away right in front of you while you hold her hand. You could have cried, I could have howled, but I know it's okay. I know it's fine. And I know my mom didn't want to suffer, and we didn't want to see her suffer either. So from 5 o'clock that Sunday evening to the time she passed away at 12:31 Monday, Mom, I'm still here, Mom. I'm still around. I'm just going down to the hallway, Mom, right back. Mom, let me get this nurse in here. It looks like something's going here. Let's get this fixed. Mom, I'm just going to pull the sofa out. I know it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Let me get this pulled here and pull up next to the bed so I can sleep right here. Mom, I'm going away to get breakfast for just a second. I'll be right back, Mom. Come back. And we're holding hands. And I saw the EKG machine. I knew it was a Neville. And it looked like it was holding up. And then slowly, the numbers started increasing. Still love you, Mom. God bless you, Mom. And no pain, no more. We slipped all the way down to, she slipped into eternity. Thank God for Johns Hopkins Hospital, for the doctors, nurses, and everybody that was there to try to get my mind through it, but it wasn't meant to be. But I can still say, praise be to God. Thank you, Lord. It's raining outside right now. But that's okay. And if you're from Baltimore, maybe that's a good thing, because every day's not sunny here. Get your umbrella, get your raincoat, you do what you have to do. To everyone that said a prayer, for my mom, for myself, and for my family, thank you. For anybody that wanted to be here but couldn't be here, thank you. For anybody that said a prayer for me from here on out, thank you. God bless you. And Mom, maybe I got here with not the best circumstances. And I know how that went down. I know what you told me. I understand. But I always go back to that scripture in the Bible in Genesis, where Joseph said to his brothers, what you meant for evil, or what the devil meant for evil, God's going to mean it for good. And with my dying breath, I'm here. Can't debate how I got here, but I'm here. And Mom, I guarantee to my last dying breath, I'm going to make you proud. I'm going to make God proud too. Thank you, Mom. Yeah. It's well with me. I'll see you down the road now. When I'm in the house, if I'm still talking, please don't mind. I'm tipping around your room. I had to charge my phone. I'm saying, I'm not touching anything. It's okay. God bless you.